So I first just want to address the fact that I'm going to be sharing, private personal health information. I know a lot of people do this on the internet with their health testimonials, and I think this is really important. It's a really important thing to do because it's putting the power back to the people, giving the power of health and wellness education back to the people, but it's also a vulnerable thing to do, so please be respectful of that. And also I'm hoping that this is helpful to you if you're struggling with your thyroid health and you're not wanting to do the typical procedures and Western protocols for improving thyroid health, and actually wanting to get to the underlying cause and heal the thyroid. I've been doing iodine supplementation the past 10 months under the care of a health practitioner who is very confident, comfortable, and well-versed in iodine therapy and ortho iodine supplementation, which I really encourage you to do that as well, because iodine is very serious and thyroid health is very serious, and iodine is not something you just want to supplement willy-nilly and not be getting tested and not be working with someone who's really educated and well-versed in this kind of stuff. And unfortunately, many naturopaths and Western medical doctors and health practitioners are not well versed in this, so it can be kind of tricky to find someone to work with who actually knows what they're doing. So I've been supplementing iodine for 10 months. I got my iodine retested. You can see my last update video for how that's been progressing. My iodine level has increased, so my body is holding on to more iodine and retaining more iodine, which is the goal. So in January, a couple weeks ago, I had my thyroid panel retaken. I got blood work done to check on my thyroid. This is blood work that I have done every year, and I will be doing another video on that, talking about other things that may have come up in my blood work. So, but today I'm just sharing about the thyroid labs, and those were kind of a mess. So my TSH was extremely high. So that's thyroid stimulating hormone. That is the hormone that's telling the thyroid, hey, like, create more hormone, create more T3, more T4, and basically telling the thyroid to do its job. So it was really, really high, indicating this is a sluggish thyroid. Please wake up and do something, right? Secrete some hormones. So my thyroid stimulating hormone was 139, and ideally this is a value that should be under 5. So extremely high, so high that it was actually flagged in the lab, and I will be doing additional blood work very soon to verify this value, because it might have been inaccurate and it was a very high critical level. So not so good on the thyroid stimulating hormone. It was no surprise then that my free T3 and my free T4, which are the actual thyroid hormones, were also quite low, under the values that are ideal. So my free T3 was low at 1.1. This value should be somewhere between 2 and 4.4. And my free T4 was also low, less than 0.1, and ideally this value is between 0.9 and 1.7. And then the other value that was taken was my anti-TPO, and this is a thyroid antibody, and this was high. Again, no real surprise there. It was 72, and that is very high. We want it to be less than 34. So the thyroid antibody is actually my immune system producing a response to attack the thyroid, which is, again, not something that's good. And so of course the doctor who ordered these labs at my request was freaking out and telling me, I need to be taking thyroid hormone, I need to be taking the desiccated pig thyroid hormone and get on my meds ASAP. I have not taken meds in a very long time, and I have no intention to do that. So again, this was like a typical medical practitioner projecting a lot of fear on me based on her training, which is fine. So I reached out to the health practitioner that I'm working with my iodine therapy, ran all of these labs by him, and what he suggested was that I lower my iodine supplementation, which that makes a lot of sense, because the thyroid, these labs, these values can go really kind of high and crazy while iodine supplementation is taking place, and the body is really just reworking and rebalancing itself. But just to be cautious, we did decide to lower my iodine supplementation significantly. I'm not even taking it every day. I'm taking a very small amount every other day to just keep the iodine coming in, but at a much lower dose, a significantly lower dose. And I'm also taking a thyroid antibody lowering protocol to hopefully be telling my immune system, hey, chill out, relax, like there's no need to attack anything, nothing bad is going on here. We're just supplementing with iodine. We got this. And I will go ahead and share that with you, what that entails. So it's a continuation of taking this, which is my Daily Green Boost Barley Grass Juice Powder. I will link to this in the description. It's a really great product no matter what you're doing. If you're trying to improve your health in any way, this is a very beneficial thing to be taking. So 2 tablespoons of this daily. It's a powder. I put it in smoothies. I also can just like blend it in water and drink it that way. I will often stir it up with a little bit of water and make kind of like a paste dip type thing, and I'll actually dip lettuce in it. It's really salty, it tastes really good. This barley grass is actually grown in extremely awesome, nutritious soil, so you get a lot of nutrients from it. I'm also supplementing with 4 different things. It's a lot of pills. I don't like taking pills, but I decided I'm going all in with this. It involves zinc. So this is the kind I've gotten every single day. So I take 60 milligrams of zinc. That's 2 of these capsules. Resveratrol, 300 milligrams every day. It's 3 of these capsules. And then I'm also taking turmeric, 1,000 milligrams a day. I'm just checking my computer to make sure I'm telling you the correct amounts. Yeah, 1,000 milligrams every day. So a gram of turmeric. And then I'm taking 1 of these capsules every day. This is boswellia. This is frankincense, which is awesome. I'm obsessed with this essential oil too, so it's really nice to take it internally. And these are 300 milligram tablets. So I'm taking 1 of these a day. And that is the thyroid antibody lowering protocol. All of these substances have been clinically shown to support that process in the body. So this is my plan of action. This is what I'm doing right now. I will be getting my thyroid panel retested, like I said, in a couple weeks. So this will have allowed me to do this thyroid antibody lowering protocol for a few weeks, as well as lowering my iodine for a few weeks and seeing if that impacts my thyroid, or if these lab values were just kind of a fluke, because that's another thing you really have to take into consideration with labs, is that, you know, it's just a snapshot. It's just a snapshot of what's going on in your life, in your body that day. And there are things that can make them look one way or another way. So I'm getting all of these retested very soon. And another thing I want to mention is that I am also experimenting with not eating the goitrogenic vegetables, so the cruciferous vegetables, the kale, the cauliflower, the broccoli, cabbage, these kinds of things. So I was eating a lot of cauliflower prior to getting these labs done, and I'm wondering if maybe that was impacting the way that my iodine was working in my body, as well as the functionality of my thyroid and what's going on. So I've not actually completely eliminated these vegetables. I'm just eating a lot less of them, and not every day. I was eating cauliflower just about every day, and a lot of it, and oftentimes the body will crave foods that aggravate it, unfortunately. I found that out with many of my food allergies. So it may be no accident that my body was craving the cauliflower, and the cauliflower is actually creating more imbalances in my body. So that can be something really interesting to examine in your own life with what your cravings are. You think of something as healthy. If it's a fruit or vegetable and I crave it, I tend to think like, hey, that's a green light, no problem there. But sometimes, like in this instance, it could have been detrimental. So I'm experimenting with that as well. So hopefully this is helpful to you. Like I said, I will be reporting back with more of my blood work, the general blood work I had done, and then whenever I get my thyroid labs back in a couple weeks, I will review those with you as well, and just keep sharing my journey, because I know many of you are curious about iodine supplementation. You may be doing it yourself, or you may just be really fed up with the standard medical procedures in dealing with thyroid health that are largely, ineffective, or, require you to be taking thyroid hormone for the rest of your life and basically shutting down your own thyroid, which is not necessarily in everyone's best interest, depending on what feels right to you. So hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you like it. Leave me a comment. I'd love to connect more with you, and I wish you well on your health journey. Subscribe for more videos. Again, much love to you. Namaste.